Sure. I think two of the most incredible ways to sell stuff on social media is to use the power of custom audiences. In custom audiences, you can upload your customer names and emails and phone numbers and match directly to those people. And so you can have very, very targeted ads to very specific people. And that'll allow you to generate a lot of business for very, very low spend. Another really fantastic advertising strategy in social media is to do something called super remarketing. Super remarketing is better than remarketing because instead of advertising to everyone who visits your site, you can narrow down that audience to only the people who visited your site and who have certain interests and have certain demographics and other purchasing histories and other criteria. So you can really narrow down that audience to your target market and then hit those people with ads. And that's a very fantastic way to do remarketing with very, very low budgets. Oh, I think you can sell pretty much anything on Facebook and social media because, there's like something like 1.5 billion people using Facebook, and so that's pretty much the entire world in terms of the online world. Maybe if you're selling to things where the people are like not on the internet, well, then it's not going to work. But most markets, this is the most reach that we've seen from any platform ever. So if your company sells to people, yes, I think you can sell it on Facebook. Sure. The greatest advantage of AdWords is also the greatest area for errors in AdWords. So in AdWords, the greatest strength is that you get so much feedback and so much data on how your campaigns are doing and how you could optimize and improve those campaigns. The greatest error is that a lot of marketers are so busy that they don't use that data to like go in and optimize their campaigns and take it to the next level, and because they're so busy. So just I would suggest trying to get into a workflow of spending a few minutes per week, like regular, like an exercise program, where you spend a good amount of time reviewing the results and also making changes and optimizations to your pay-per-click advertising campaigns. The number one thing that you have to do in paid search these days, because it's so competitive, is you have to be very, very picky. So leveraging all of the new features like customer match or time of day or location or device-based bid management, like you don't want to buy every click out there because it's going to be very, very expensive. What you want to do is make sure that you're buying very few clicks that are the best clicks for your particular products and services. Well, so there's a lot of different new ad formats that I would be taking advantage of. So, for example, the product listing ads on Google are now available in mobile, and I think that's a very fantastic way of leveraging mobile. That's probably the biggest one, the new ad formats, and then just the ad targeting, it's always important. It's important on desktop, but it's even more important on mobile because people are so busy and they're on the go. So you really have to, think about how targeted those keywords are that you're targeting. And if it's kind of more informational keywords that you might run on desktop campaigns, you might consider just eliminating them altogether from your mobile campaigns and only focusing on sort of the high commercial intent types of keywords. I don't think it's necessary to dominate search. I mean, that's kind of like the old way of doing things where the cost per clicks were so cheap, and so you want to buy as many clicks as you possibly can. I think right now the game has changed a little bit. That the game is to be as precise and high commercial intent and like being very picky and only buying sort of the very, very high commercial intent keywords that are like so critical to your business and sort of casting a more focused and narrow net. So I would be using new technologies like customer match. That's where you can upload emails to Google to target specific people with search ads. Another one that's very interesting is remarketing lists for search ads, RLSA, and that will allow you to target search ads to people who have recently visited your site, and people who are recently visited your site and are familiar with your company are almost twice as likely to convert to sales as people who are unfamiliar with your brand. So those are just two examples of new technologies from AdWords that I think you should be leveraging in order to maximize the return on investment. Well, I think there's a ton of challenges facing the search advertising business. It's challenging in that the cost per clicks are getting higher and higher, and so that means you have to be smarter and more efficient with your ads. The shift to mobile is challenging too, because we have to think of things differently in terms of the purchase funnel, and maybe it means like driving people to call your business rather than sending them to a landing page. So I think the challenge is just kind of adapting your business to the fact that people are using the internet considerably differently in 2016 versus even just 2 years ago. And companies that do kind of take advantage of those changes and adapt will definitely benefit at the expense of those who do not. So, two things that I think marketers should be doing right away are I would first start with Facebook advertising. People spend so many hours of their day on Facebook. 1 billion people logged in yesterday. I guarantee your customers are there, so you should be there too, because that's where so many of them are spending a lot of time. The other thing that I would make sure that you're doing is remarketing. So if you're not doing remarketing, I think that's crazy, because these are people who've actually visited your site and have expressed interest in the products and services that you're selling. You need to change it so that instead of just getting one shot to convert them into a lead or a sale, that you have many possible opportunities by reminding them to finish whatever it is that you're hoping for them to do on your site. So those would be my top 2 recommendations for things to do. It would be investigating Facebook ads for your business and also investigating remarketing. Thanks so much.